Howdy Droogs, Kel here again. Well, today I want to show you something that's really cool, and something for all you guys who have kind of nice knives like Spydercos and Kershaws and all sorts of this kind of knives. You really probably should own if you don't own one. It's a Kershaw adjustment tool for those kind of knives, and I'm just going to zoom in here real quick because I can. There's the number. Well, it was the number. There you go. There's the number to call. I got this one for free, actually. I think this one for free because my son's knife, his blur, I'll zoom out a little bit on that, his blur, he carried it a lot, and the back of this knife here, the little thing, is not the best in the world, frankly. Or maybe the way he treated it wasn't the best anyway. And it went south. It bent really badly. We couldn't get it to bend down without taking it off. So I called Kershaw and said, hey, listen, you know, my son's little thing back there bent, and the Kershaw people are really very good, at least in my experience with customer service. They sent me out not only a new one of these, but one of these. And what is this, you might ask? Well, it's a keychain. Goes on a keychain, obviously, right? Who cares? I wouldn't recommend you carrying a keychain. It'll probably come off. Next thing you'll be losing stuff. But what it is a little screwdriver with interchangeable bits, and they give you, well, at least in this kit, they give you a little Phillips. I'm not sure exactly if this has a Phillips on it anywhere. I don't think it does, but they give you a little Phillips, and that's not important. Who cares about that? Nah, who needs that? What they do, they give you this nice is a Torx in a small size that you can use to take off these kind of screws, and a Torx in a big size, you know, for adjusting the pivot. Now you might say, Kel, I don't care, I've got a set of Torx screws, and if you do, that's good too. But the nice thing about this is, over something like this, zoom out again here, the nice thing about this is, over something like, say, a Chapman set, even with the Chapman set, you know, having a big, a big handled screwdriver, you can sometimes get a little bit overdone, and you can end up kind of over torquing. What they really tell you to do with Chapman, by the way, is just to use it like this, which is good too. But with this little piece here, you're not gonna. There's no worry about doing that. You know, you're gonna be doing it, you know, just with finger tension. You know what I'm saying? Just like with two fingers, and you're gonna be changing things that way. In fact, this is the tool I use to change my Spyderco knife, and that's the nice thing about this little tool. It isn't just for you know, Kershaw knives. There's a lovely Kershaw blur review coming, by the way. Little knife, huh? That's a great knife there. Love this knife. I should carry this knife. Never have, actually. My son's carried these a lot. A couple different ones, as a matter of fact. I never have. But then look at that thing. Look at that baby. Lovely. Anyway, not only for this kind of thing, but for things like Spyderco. This little tool here will fit the pivot, which I previously adjusted on camera with this tool. Still kind of where it was anyway. But also, it will fit the adjustment for the clip and those nuts. And this feels a little loose. I'm not sure it's exactly the right size, but it works. Maybe that's all a Torx are. Let's see here. Like I say, the nice thing is with this kind of deal is, you know, you're not going to be, you're not going to be grinding it like with a screwdriver. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be going with a big screwdriver and then stripping out the nuts and bolts on your screwdrivers. You know, it also works with the Cyclone. Again, you know, use a little main pivot right here, and the little one works on these little handle things. And this Cyclone, I actually had to take apart. This little story on that. I'll talk about that when I review the Cyclone, which I'm going to do. This actually was required to take the Cyclone apart with this little set. It worked very nicely. I took the whole thing apart. I'll talk about that later on in a later subject, later video. But let me get this to do its thing. There you go. Anyway, but there it is. I say probably even work on bigger knives like this one here. Obviously, it's not going to work on this. I'll take a wrench. Let's see what else it has here. Let's see what else we got here. We'll work on that, looks like. I guess that's all there is, just this one here, on this one here like that. If you want to take that apart, you could. Those are Torx, yeah. Well, and these, yeah, these take the smaller one. So if you want to adjust your, you know, your belt clip, that goes for that. Anyway, the point is, it's a nice little set. You could put it in a key ring if you wouldn't. I wouldn't, just because, oh, maybe you want to. Seems like if you put it in a key ring, it would be very likely to fall out, you know, come apart. But they all fit down the handle like this. This end's magnetic. See? Cool. Magnetic. But they all fit down the handle like this. You know, swim in like that. Then you just screw this on carefully. No O-ring seal on that, I don't think. It doesn't matter. I'd be a little concerned this might come off your keychain, you know, but you never know. Maybe your knives need adjustment in the field more often than you think. Certainly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to throw this into a bug-out bag. That's for sure. You know, like I said, I got 2 of these for free. One for each. One for the problem I have with my Kershaw Cyclone, and the other one had the problem we have with my son's Kershaw Blurs. Which one? I do love this knife. This is a great knife. This particular one is a great knife, just because the color that I think is a beautiful red color with, you know, the little skateboard tape on it or whatever, and nice satin blade. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to talk about knives for hours. Anyway, there you go. If you want to get one of these, if you have a problem with one of your Kershaws, call them up. They'll probably give you one for free, you know. Again, you can find Kershaw on the web, but there's the number. And these aren't that expensive. I think they also sell these on eBay. It's well worth having. It's really a good item to have, in my opinion. If you've got knives like this, you know, knives that are, you know, do need adjustment occasionally, you know, it's well worth having something like this. You know, it's just a good thing to have. All right, guys, hope that helps. Say if you need a little adjustment tool, there it is. It's not that expensive either. It's a few bucks, not much. You can get them for free if you have a problem with your knife. You know, if something goes wrong with your knife, you can get them for free. So Kershaw's very good about that too. All right, guys, well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Hope it helps. And this is Kel saying bye-bye. Please subscribe. I sure appreciate it. And I'll talk to you later.